like, you know, and everyone continues and everyone thrives and everyone builds, and some of us collab and some of us don't. And we try to all be respectful whenever possible.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you do a lot of winning, a lot of it.
Yeah, I've also done a lot of losing. So
you know,
for sure.
all the winners lose.
Yeah,
all the winners lose.
That's why he's so chill
you know
about it.
Yeah, every interview that's great. Like we lose money on a lot of interviews. You know, not the majority, but because I feel like I've gotten better at eyeballing it these days. But like there's certain things like, you know, based on what we invest in it, we don't make that back sometimes, and that's okay. Maybe not now, maybe sometime in the future, maybe never. Who knows? Who knows? But you get back up at bat and you try all over again the next day. Yeah. And you learn from your mistakes. You try to do a little bit better. You try to make better decisions.
Pivot.
But yeah, I've done a lot of losing. I've done a lot of, you know, shit that like, all right, I ain't do that shit again. Then I'm not going to interview this person again.
Barry Sanders had the most negative rushing yards ever. I think Kobe Bryant was like had the most missed shots or something like that. Like, this is normal. Right. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're the greats. You're supposed to get up there and be able to lose and be able to swing and miss. Yeah. This is normal. You know what I mean? Yeah. The last question I don't like keeping people forever, but the last question I do want to ask you is a question that we ask all of our guests. Life is grand. It's not just that little 1 to 10 scale, the small scale. Hey, where are you at in life? This is a huge thing in front of us, and you've accomplished a lot. Out of a 0 to 100, where do you place yourself at in the scale of life?
Right now?
Yeah.
I have far exceeded my expectations. Right? Like, if you would have told me as a hip-hop fan at 25 years old that I would have a media company that's bigger than The Source and XXL combined, I would think that's a silly concept. You know
Stop
what I'm saying?
Playing with me.
These are, you know, the Bible of hip-hop, and then XXL came and sort of took that crown. I didn't think. I just wanted to be part of hip hop. Like really, like I remember when I said, okay, I'm really going to devote myself to this, and I'm going to do. My parents weren't with it. My friends didn't really understand it. This was something within me. I just wanted to be part of hip hop. One of the influencers, I guess, is what you would call it now. Back then, there wasn't really a word for it, but just part of it. You know, and I remember getting those early tastes of, okay, this is a mixtape that was impactful and people fuck with it, but it's a very mixtapes are a very small part of the landscape of hip hop. They're essentially bootleg projects that kind of, you know, don't really move the needle and so forth. But like, I just wanted to be a member and be a contributing member and an influential member, and I didn't know how to do it. And I spent a lot of years, you know, I mean, before Vlad TV, you got to think, like, Vlad TV launched in 2008. I became a full-time DJ in 2001. So 7 years passed of me just trying shit.
Yeah.
Mixtapes, DVDs, DJing, you know.
Gigs on gigs.
Trying DJing in strip clubs. That was, you know, in a fucked up strip club in, you know, New York, where the owner yelled at me in front of all the girls like I was a bitch. You know what I'm saying? And then saying, yo, man, like, I don't talk to you that way. I don't expect you to talk to me that way. He's like, I don't give a fuck what you expect. I'm like, fuck this job. Like, I'm
out of here.
Yeah, I'm out. Like, I'm thinking, yo, like it's fine that you don't see my vision, but I know I'm meant for more than this. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to be part of it, and I just wanted to be important in it, and I wanted to be, you know, impactful. I didn't know how I was going to do it. Right. And at 2023, to have the role that I have, like outside of hip hop, people don't really know who I am, right? Like I could go to like I could be around a lot of white people, for example, and no one has any clue as to who I am.
Really?
I'm not like.
Because you've done cultural interviews outside of hip hop.
I've done a lot, but still, what I'm telling you of just me moving around this world, like if I'm around, a group of like black men, which is kind of my core audience, I will be recognized.
Yeah.
I will be approached and asked for pictures, and you know what I mean. Yeah. Say, the person will have a conversation, tell them how, I love this Boosie interview, or I love this or that, and they'll sometimes comment or whatever else. Like inside, these are hip hop fans. Like if I'm around a bunch of hip hop fans, white, black, Asian, Indian, whatever else, they'll all know who I am. If I'm around a bunch of just mainstream, like if I go to a rock concert, I probably won't be recognized, right? So knowing that I've made the impact in this hip hop community, where I am right now exceeded where I thought I would be, because this is a hard place to be at. And it took a lot, like I said, in 2008, people thought that I was wasting my time doing this. I was working on my first documentary, and the owner of the label I was working with was like, this YouTube shit's a waste of time. I don't know why you're doing it. There's no money in it. You need to just keep working with these studios and doing these projects. That's how you make the real money. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I think I have an understanding of where this is going. So to be where I am, and for Vlad TV to be part of the fabric of hip hop is farther than I expected. And to keep pushing the envelope and so forth, but I would definitely put it at 100 or 130, because I didn't expect that I would make it this far and have the impact that I had. Now, would I love to be 10 times bigger than what I am right now? Absolutely, and I think about that daily, about how do I expand and how do I improve and how do I jump up. But those are very hard things to figure out, and it doesn't just come like that. There has to be some planning behind it, and there has to be some intelligence behind it, because you could lose it all trying to do that. You saw it with The Source. The Source went and brought, because I've interviewed Dave Mays about this, and Benzino as well. The Source has they took a bunch of outside funding to build the source.com. There was no expertise. Dave Mays didn't know computers for shit. Benzino definitely didn't know computers for shit back then.
Definitely doesn't know computers
Still
now.
now.
Probably doesn't know them today.
Shout out Benzino.
And they burned through millions of dollars, right? And then when, based on the contract they signed, the only thing they had left was the name, and the company that invested with them took the name and essentially did a hostile takeover, and this is how Londell McMillan ended up acquiring The Source. They lost the entire company trying to leapfrog to the next level poorly. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And now Londell McMillan, who used to be Prince's attorney, owns The Source, and it's in the trash can ever since he bought it. It's gone nowhere. Yeah. Like, name me one thing The Source has done in the last 10 years. Name me one thing. Has it ever gone, a piece of content they put out? Like, they really just don't even create original content. They just aggregate other people's shit. They've done nothing. The Source used to be the Bible of hip-hop. A 5-mic rating in The Source guaranteed you a record deal. You were 100% guaranteed to get a record deal from a major label if you were an unsigned hype. Shout out to my man Matty C, who was part of that. You were guaranteed. Biggie, Common, Mobb Deep, Eminem. These are all people that came up through unsigned hype because it mattered, because it was a big deal, and the people behind it knew what the fuck they were doing, and it was a powerful position, and it wasn't taken lightly, and it was they didn't call it the Bible of hip hop. for no reason, because it really was that a 5 mic, rating was a big deal. It would boost your record sales. It would let people know this potentially is a classic album. You know,
I remember reading it, and you'd look forward to that section.
You look forward to that section, right?
Yeah,
and
like
then
the favorite part of a song, you're like, oh, here we go.
It got corrupted when Benzino's group was given an extra mic because of his relationship with Dave, and a lot of the staff quit, and then that's how Double XL got launched, right? I mean, so what I'm saying is that like that brand is dead now. Double XL, the only thing they're known for is the freshman issue. Outside the freshman issue, it's a dead brand.
Never hear about it.
It's a dead brand. Now the freshman issue, congrats. It's still kind of a big deal, and I get it, but that's only once a year. If I dropped important content once a year, I'd be broke as fuck. So what I'm saying is that like you have to, you could lose it all very quickly. Double XL got sold to some Spanish media company or some shit like that. Yeah, man. Like I was thinking about buying Double XL.
Wow,
completely.
I
was talking to the publisher about buying Double XL at one point. I'm glad I didn't. I don't think I would have been able to do anything. I don't think I would have been able to turn it around. But it's one of those things where you gotta. It's not easy to build and to jump up and to create something and then not lose it all in the process. So you have to move conservatively. So, yeah, I mean, it's tough. And the companies that are stuck around for a while, they realize that. And year after year, it's a war to try to create this content and run a profitable company and make sure that you keep it together with all the headwinds.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Hopefully that's a long,
long
answer.
Great answer.
It's the greatest that question's ever been answered.
Really?
I think so.
But it makes sense like that. Vlad would be the one to break it down like that. You know what I mean? Now I got a whole new standard of when people answer this question of how I believe it should be answered. So maybe I'll rephrase the question for a couple people.
But yeah, I mean, look, like. Would I love to be a billionaire? Like, of course. Like, I had lunch with Grant Cardone yesterday. He's worth like $7 billion. Like, I'm walking into his big fucking office building, and streets are named after him. And he's like, I own that building across the street.
Next time you come here, we need to go hang out with you.
Let me show you this. Let me show you this high rise in Chicago I'm about to buy for $150 million. And I'm hanging out with Vanilla Ice, and like he owns. Like I remember we roll up to his house, and he's like, oh no. The house next to mine, come over here, and the houses are connected. He owns both the houses, and then the third one he owns as well, and he doesn't even really live there. He got a whole other house on the beach, and he got some shit on Star Island, and he's just talking about racing boats with Pablo Escobar and all this wild shit. Listen, I would love that. I would love to have that type of lifestyle.
This is the ritual. Oh, you got to do the fist bump,
baby boy, Junior. Look at this. Let me get your right hand. Let me get your right hand.
So cute.
Oh, you still got food in your mouth, Baba. Yep, you gotta eat your food.
What's up, Michael?
Oh, love it. Love it.
Yeah, this ritual. I can't let him go. He's got to get have the pictures and then there's my daughter's in there. She's brewing up.
I love it.
I got about a little month.
I love it.
Month left before I have a daughter here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Thank you,
nice
baby.
meeting you. Bye-bye, baby.
Bye, Junior.
Now he's pissed. He's like, bring me back.